Atomic Annie, a weapon of a new age. The M65 Atomic Cannon was a very large gun. It was a weapon born from a new and uncertain time. They called it Atomic Annie. In the years after World War II, the world was changing. Nations looked for ways to hold on to a fragile peace. Nuclear power was still new. Its potential was awe-inspiring and terrifying. US leaders wanted a weapon that was different, one that could deliver the power of an atom bomb onto the battlefield. A new kind of thinking, a step into an unknown future. This cannon mattered, more than artillery, a symbol, a bridge between old warfare and the atomic era, forging a nuclear giant. The birth of the M65. The M65 was built during the early 1950s. This was a time of deep unease. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a growing rivalry. Leaders in the West feared a massive ground invasion in Europe. They worried that conventional forces might not be enough. They needed something to level the playing field. The answer, they believed, lay in technology. Tools that could deliver a decisive blow, stopping another world war. The M65 was one of the most ambitious answers to that problem. The project began with a clear purpose. The United States Army wanted its own nuclear weapon, independent of the Air Force and its bombers. Create artillery capable of firing a nuclear projectile. The task fell to engineer Robert Schwartz at Picatinny Arsenal. The M65 Atomic Cannon was a truly massive piece of machinery. It looked like a conventional artillery piece, magnified to a colossal scale. Barrel, 280 millimeters. Barrel length, over 40 feet. Ready for transport weight, 83 tons. It could not be moved easily or quickly. It required careful handling and a dedicated team. A long, heavy carriage absorbed immense recoil. 2 specially designed tractors, one pulling, one pushing. The drivers coordinated by telephone. Top speed on roads was about 35 miles per hour. Turning corners was a major challenge. Tight spaces or rough terrain were problematic. Deployment needed good roads and open ground. Setup took a trained crew about 15 minutes. Every step demanded strength, precision, and safety. A fortress on wheels. Section 4, Operation Upshot Knothole. The Grable Shot. The most famous moment in M65 history happened in the Nevada desert, Frenchman Flat, May 25, 1953, part of Operation Upshot Knothole. This specific test, Grable. The purpose was simple but profound. Prove a nuclear device could be fired from a cannon. Theory would meet the real world. A major undertaking. Thousands of soldiers and scientists. The shell, the W9, a gun-type fission device designed for a 15-kiloton yield. A kiloton equals 1,000 tons of TNT, low yield but immense power. The T-124 shell was prepared and loaded, the cannon aimed at Frenchman Flat. High-ranking officials watched from miles away. Instruments blanketed the area, measuring shockwave, thermal radiation, and fallout. Structures, vehicles, and live pigs were targets in a cold, calculated experiment. Countdown reached 0. The cannon fired. A loud roar, violent recoil. The 280-millimeter shell screamed through desert air for 19 seconds, about 7 miles. High above the desert, it detonated, a new sun in the Nevada sky. The explosion of the Grable Shot was a sight to behold. At detonation, a brilliant, blinding flash lit up the desert, brighter than the sun. Witnesses were instructed to shield their eyes. A roiling fireball expanded, orange and yellow, a turbulent sphere of superheated gas and vaporized earth. It churned and climbed, pulling dust and debris into its core. Within seconds, the iconic mushroom cloud took shape, the symbol of the atomic age. The sound arrived after the light, a deep, powerful roar rolling across the desert. A shockwave rippled outward at supersonic speed. Observers miles away felt a sudden jolt, like a punch to the chest. The ground shook like an earthquake. Windows far away were reportedly shattered. The sheer raw power was undeniable. Nature's fury unleashed by human hands. Even at a safe distance, the heat was intense. A dry, penetrating wave, like opening a hot oven. That thermal pulse could start fires and cause severe burns over wide areas. Scientists and military teams moved in to analyze data, measure radiation, and study the crater. The cloud carried radioactive particles that drifted with the wind, tracked carefully across the region. Damage to structures and vehicles was cataloged in detail. Technically, a successful test, but a sobering demonstration of destructive power now in soldiers' hands. Reactions were varied. For the engineers and scientists, there was professional pride. They had accomplished an incredible technical feat, turning theory into reality. For military leaders, the test validated a new strategy, a proven tactical nuclear weapon. For soldiers on the ground, feelings were complex. They trained hard and felt accomplishment, but seeing the blast was sobering. The scale of destruction raised unsettling questions. Could anyone survive such a battlefield? The M65 was enormous, crew-intensive, and logistically demanding. Missiles soon outranged it, proved more accurate, and were easier to move and hide. Battlefield nuclear use faced scrutiny. Fallout could contaminate vast areas and provoke escalation. One tactical nuke could trigger many, the grim reality that tempered enthusiasm. The cannon was a double-edged sword, immense power, immense risk. A relic of the Cold War, the cannon's legacy. Retired in 1963, just a decade after its famous test, overtaken by missiles like Honest John and Corporal. 20 cannons were pulled from service. Today, they are museum pieces, silent monuments. Grable yielded invaluable data on low-altitude airbursts, defenses, and safety, shaping doctrine for decades. But it is also a human story. Engineers who dreamed, soldiers who operated, leaders who sought peace through strength. An icon of a tense era, reminding us how close the world came to a new kind of conflict. Old technology married to the newest, most terrifying force. The 15-kiloton Grable blast was a singular event. The cannon is now silent, but its story still echoes. To learn from the past, to ask difficult questions, to approach great power with the greatest wisdom and restraint.